I'm here at the beautiful Hartford, Connecticut Temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I just did a couple of sessions and I felt prompted to come on and say hello and bear my testimony as to how I know the church is true and that the ordinance that we provide they can't be done in any other gospel. They can't. I've witnessed some blessings tonight. Now, for those of you who know me, I never post when I'm at the temple, or I'll never say when I'm doing a session, because it's private and it's personal to me. But in this case, I felt strongly to bear my testimony of the importance of bringing honor to your ancestors and to go into the temple. So yes, I just did some baptisms and confirmations for a friend whose mother and father just passed away in the past few months, in the past year. And it was so emotional that the feeling was felt. And then I was able to go and do about 45 minutes worth of initiatories. And it was such a blessing to be able to feel the Spirit. And also that a lot of you know I've been having a hard time lately. I've been dealing with a lot of negativity, a lot of anti-comments. And I found that going to the house of the Lord and performing ordinance for our ancestors brought me great peace and great joy. And it's made me realize how much I miss going to the temple on a weekly basis, and how much I miss going even sometimes 3 times a week if I need to. But now they're opening up to full scale where you don't have to have an appointment and you can just kind of show up. So it says reception is bad, can't hear you. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let me disconnect this microphone. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Or is it the waterfall behind me? I am so sorry about that. If the reception's bad, it's showing that I have 3 bars. My friend Queenie can't believe I'm actually catching a live. Yeah, I haven't been going live much, and I apologize. My friend Nate_Jones, could you please send me some hearts if you can hear me better, because I had to disconnect my microphone. Says, I was endowed there, such a special place, truly a holy place. So Nate_Jones_3, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I too was endowed at the Hartford Temple. And this is where I had first presidential approval to have my endowment early, which to me is a sign that God knows all of us by name. Now, I'm going to turn this around so you can see as I walk you around the grounds. But that is the beautiful, majestic Hartford Temple. And it's just breathtaking. I mean, I look at this and I go, how could have I almost started a protest with 1,000 people at this dedication of this temple? And Nate, Nat_Jones, when did you have your endowment here? That is so cool. And then my friend says, I can hear you fine. Thank you. I just gave you a heart. Okay, good. So it might have just been a little connection glitch. Thank you for letting me know. It really, I have all this technology, but you never know when the technology is not going to work. So there's a comment here that says, please ignore the negative. You know that's just Satan. And yes, I do. I do know that. I'm aware of that. And I love your post. But I've been feeling that there's a need for me to do less Wi-Fi, more Nephi. But God keeps telling me no, which is so interesting. He keeps going, share my gospel. And that's exactly what I keep doing. So I'm going to take you around the grounds where, now the only other temple on the East Coast that looks like this is in Philadelphia, because they mirrored this after the chapels in other churches. And there's Moroni up there. And over here is the gate where the parking lot is. And that's the front door where you enter for initiatories and endowments. And this was dedicated in 2016. And right here, there's And this is the baptistry entrance, where you can perform proxy baptisms and confirmations for our ancestors on the other side. And a lot of people ask, why do you do that? Well, we need a living body to be able to perform those, and we act as the proxy for that. And that's something. So the grounds are spectacular. I haven't been here in a while because I have been traveling. And back here you're going to see is where the temple. Angela, you're on. And you've been to this temple several times. I was actually thinking of eating at the restaurant you ate at when you were here. My friend Angela lives in West Jordan. So CHER says, thank you so much for the tour. Anytime. I do have quite a few of these tours on my YouTube channel. Now, that house back there belongs to the temple president and his wife, the matriarch. They live here on the grounds. So that way there's somebody always here to watch over the house of the Lord. And Nat, N-A-T _ who had their endowment here, this is the celestial room. And I love this because it's a peninsula, and no matter what time of the day or morning or night, you may be able to see here in the celestial room the way the sun is reflecting off those mirrors. Well, in there is a gorgeous chandelier, and no matter what time of the day, there's windows on all three sides. So it reminds me of Florida. This to me is one of the most special celestial rooms I've ever been in. It's magical. And then Moroni. So as I was saying, the temple president lives back here, and his wife, and they are guardians of the temple grounds, and they watch over this. And back there is where the sun is setting. If I was on 10 minutes earlier, you would have gotten even a prettier view, but they live right there. And this is the view of their front yard, and they have a deck in back and stuff, but this is what they see every day. Is that not breathtaking? I mean, does it get any better? And you can actually see in the celestial room the way the sun is shining off. You see the goldenness of it? I'm going to sit down here and just set this down and angle my selfie lamp or stick right here. Just give me a second to adjust. Now, look at that. See the gold? That's the sun. Now, imagine that's reflecting off the chandeliers right now. And so the beauty in the spirit. Now, my friend Laura H says, is that Hartford? Yes, it is. And our friend Crystal says, what a beautiful view. Yes, it is. Let's see if I have any other comments. So I am just finishing up at the Hartford, Connecticut temple. I did several sessions. And I got to say, if you're not a member of our church or of our faith and have questions, please feel free to ask us, because that's what we're here for, is to answer your questions and to let you know why we bring honor to our ancestors and do that. So now we have my 9-year-old daughter is wondering, what temple is this? Sorry, may have missed it. What a golden view. This is the Hartford, Connecticut temple, and it's in Farmington, Connecticut. And it was dedicated back in 2016. I was baptized not because of the dedication of the temple open house, heaven forbid. I was starting a protest back then, which goes to show you never judge a book by its cover. But I was baptized a year later on August. And now that we're getting up to that point, I'm going to start sharing with you a lot of my journeys of what it was like stealing the Book of Mormon, not realizing we gave them away for free. Happy Smiles 85 says, do you have to know my good friend Ben? He is a book out in Deseret Books. Yes, I know Ben Scalati very well. We're really good friends. I've known him for years, actually. He's awesome. I love his book and highly recommend it to anybody. So I'm going to take you around to the front here again. And that's just the major street that I was driving by when I almost started. When I'm driving by, they're going, what are people doing lining up going to this church? I want to start a protest. Goes to show you, can't judge a book by its cover. But yeah, you can see in the windows, and those are the sealing rooms right there, where husbands and wives are sealed together for eternity. And yes, I do believe marriage is between a man and a woman. And back here is the men's changing room. And then you got the women's changing room. And then the presidency offices. So I just wanted to bear my testimony that I know, like in Mosiah, or actually I'm going to talk about James 1:5. It's one of my favorite verses. It's what Joseph Smith prayed upon when he went into the sacred grove and he was asking God, what church do I join? And he was asking, and he was reading James 1:5, any of us lack wisdom, let us ask of God. And I love that. That could not be, there's mosquitoes out, and I did not bring bug spray. Sorry, oops, holler. I'm glad the camera's not focusing on me, because you'd see me all flailing my hands. So I'm going to close with my testimony that I know if any of us struggle with our faith or with our testimony, let us ask of God, and he shall provide answers, because I received many answers going to the temple today and bringing honor to ancestors. And I say that humbly as my testimony in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And I'm going to go around here and see if I got all of your comments, and then we'll end it. But literally, so Philadelphia is the only other temple that looks similar to this, because they wanted to have that whole New England charm, even though Philadelphia technically isn't part of New England. But it's close enough. It's still one of those states. And let me see here if I can get by the stairs. And I want to bring reverence to people, so I don't want to be too loud here. Oops. Okay. Okay, our friend Laura says, hold on a second, says, knowing that we are sealed gave this passing a different meaning to us. We know he is in the third act. It wasn't for the temple life. We be so different today. I have to testify to that, and I know that to be true. We had also, hey Becky McIntosh, how are ya? Our friend Laura says, my son and I are trying to get there after my husband's passing is complete. We're going to the Boston. Oh, so Boston used to be our temple until they built Hartford. I've been up to Boston a few times and love it. So of course there's a big motorcycle going by. That is so cool that you're going to get to go to the Boston temple. I think that's admirable. And we have a few more comments, and then I'll close it. It says, thank you, Dennis. Love you. Sincere testimony. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your testimony and passing forward with faith. Absolutely. Hey, Sandy. It's good to see you. You've been on my mind. I think I should call you on my ride home. Okay, so that's it for the comments. And I'm going to leave it with that and just enjoy this gorgeous view. And I'll have this uploaded to my YouTube channel hopefully by tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you.